You worked in the shanties too then in
Oh,
the
yeah.
old days.
Worked in back at Madawaska a long time.
Did
Worked
you?
with Jim Wilson for years. Jim was the finest fella, one of the finest fellas to work for.
Was he? Huh?
Oh, yes.
I've heard a lot about him.
Yeah,
He's
I heard it
a
fine.
tremendous man.
He married Sandy McFadden's daughter, Bella.
Mm-hmm.
So they were a wonderful couple, wonderful.
Did you live in the old campus shanties in those days?
I never was an only one. There was a stove. The first, my dad started when I was only 14, and there was one at the foot of Brule down here. In the old caboose, you could find it there yet.
Could you? Is it still?
But I know nothing about it. But when Dad was lumbered before that, that's all they had.
Mm-hmm. The old campus with the fireplace, or not a fireplace,
Cooked in
just
the sand.
Right.
We went in there one time, and Sandy Thompson's fellas, no, John Thompson's fellas. Whatever the matter, they used to tie everybody up, lock 'em up for a while.
Oh?
So I told Dad about it. He did bad thing, though, but he's not a good man. One of them cut him in the boot. He put the one leg over the other, and so he knew what he was going to do, and when he caught him and yelled, he just kicked him in the side. He jumped right out on the floor, and he tried to throw him in the caboose, but he didn't. Hands went on the back log, yes. But 2 or 3 of them got him, and they didn't do nothing with him.
Mm-hmm.
Later, they got Tim Harrison up, and that doesn't work quite well. How long are we going to leave that man? Till we get good and ready to let him know. Get ready right now. I'm cutting that off with a scoring axe. So they let him go. And Heman Hunter, they were going to chain him up first night. Just did the first night. Heman pulled out the jackknife like that and pulled the blade through his finger. Now, boys, I'm going to show you the color of what's inside you on the blade of that knife before you tie me up there. They didn't tie him.
What, was this tie them to the caboose?
Just lock him up. No, they would just lock him up to a post.
Oh?
Lock him there and leave him there to have fun.
I heard tell that when the first time a guy came into the shanty, they had this sort of a old thing they swung the pots around over the caboose.
Yeah.
And they tie a man to that and swing him back and forth across that a couple of times across the open fire to sort of initiate him into the shanty.
Oh, I didn't try that there, but they used to lock him up. John Thompson, McPherson, they were all right. They were good people, but they were, I'll use the right word, they were damn good and dirty.
Is that right?
If a stranger went in there, he either had to get a licking or lick half a dozen of them.
Is that true?
Quite often. Well, to tell the truth, there wasn't any good. There were only the good man's road, not any good man. But there's an awful different men. Nobody knows it till he tried it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of them. I had some cousins here, and they was...
And the least thing ready to scrap away.
Good God, they could take them one